Warzone feels dead. I don't know about you guys, but it feels like basically I'm going into a barren wasteland of just nothingness every single time I log into the game. Like, it takes forever to find a match, whether or not that's because a lot of people left due to the awful anti-cheat that they released because of the amount of cheaters that were in the game for months and months and months, maybe like a couple of years, and it still seems to not really work or matter. The other thing is maybe the blueprints that they release that are just total garbage and they never release a good, consistent update. Like, I don't understand at this point what Warzone really is anymore. And to me personally, I think that those are the couple big reasons as to why people probably aren't playing. But just going in, like, I'm not a massive Warzone player. I don't really do a lot of Warzone stuff on this channel, which maybe I'll start doing more. I don't know, depending on how well this video does. But it feels like the game Warzone doesn't matter. I mean, there's 3 games that they have to balance into one game, so obviously that's a massive issue too. I think that's probably the biggest cause of a lot of the issues that exist from the game. I mean, taking 3 games, especially when Black Ops Cold War released like 1 or 2 new guns, it doesn't make any sense. It makes it a total disaster. Just abandon that game like you used to. Just move on. I get you want new content, or just don't add the new content that's added to that game and put it into Warzone. It just doesn't make sense because you're trying to balance so much between 3 games. You may as well just focus more attention on the main game that's currently out. I mean, granted, Vanguard, for all intents and purposes, is probably not the best game, but I personally just want to point out that it doesn't make any sense to continue to release games or content for an old game. I mean, that's just me. But another thing I want to point out in this entire, rant of a video is it does feel like, again, Warzone is just a dead game. It feels like not many people are playing anymore, and it feels like it takes forever to get into lobbies. And as I mentioned, it could be for the big 3 things. And I don't know exactly if I'm right or wrong on that. But just going into a game now, it feels like an absolute disaster to play. I mean, I lagged out of 3 different games, 4 different games. I don't know. I couldn't keep count. I ended up just getting more pissed off and just shutting off my console and moving on to playing another game, or just playing like Modern Warfare or something, because even though that game's like 3 years old, at least it runs somewhat better. And yes, I'm playing against bots. I mean, what else am I going to do? I'm not going to play against the absolute tryhard city players that exist in this game at this point. But, I want to point out as well that a game that's 3 years old works better than a game that should have a lot more support. I mean, I don't think Modern Warfare has that much support anymore. Probably has like 1 or 2 developers still existing on it, where there's like an entire team that exists for Warzone. Now, the other problem that I think does exist is that Warzone 2 is coming out. I think there's a part of me that doesn't feel like that they're focusing more of the attention on Warzone right now, because I think Caldera didn't do very well. It doesn't seem like this new map, the Fortune's Keep or whatever it's called, is doing very well. I think a lot of people seem to be like, okay. I think as they added more stuff, new like POIs and stuff, I think people were like, yeah, this isn't that bad. But I don't think people care, because I think Vanguard's not that great. I think Warzone just doesn't feel that great. It feels like they keep doing weird things with the playlists that don't really make the game any bit better. And there's just a lot seeming to go wrong right now for this game. And I don't know. I haven't played Warzone in months, so I'm walking into this game, and maybe it's been this way for months. I don't know. I don't know. Really don't. I feel like I'm just walking into whatever this is currently. And I would be curious to see what people think in the comment section below. And I do mean this. Do you think Warzone is a dead game? Do you think there's better out there? And do you think I should go play Apex Legends, which I probably won't? I'm a Call of Duty ride or die guy, and I'm okay with that. I think my channel does fairly well based on just making Call of Duty content for the masses to see. And whether you like it or not, I mean, that's the bulk of what I do. I'll talk about other things. Maybe I'll play Apex. I don't know. But it doesn't feel like this game is where it used to be. I mean, in 2020, this game was the biggest game of all time. Or, well, not all time, but it was the biggest battle royale out for the time. But I think as time has gone on, people have realized the quality in Call of Duty games has gone down. They didn't do a very good job updating the game and staying with the player base throughout everything. They were very reactive instead of proactive for a lot of things. And obviously you can't be proactive with everything. But it was like, there was a lot of things they were reactive on. And the constant meta issues, and the constant cheating, and a lot of POIs being a little obnoxious, and the map changes, and even Cold War not having a new map, like, it was just, I think it was just a disaster. And I don't think they've ever recovered since then. I think a lot of people just got frustrated or bored and moved on to other games. And I think a lot of the issues still exist. I think those issues still exist to some degree within the Warzone structure of things. But I'm curious to know what you think in the comments section below, because as this is with a rant from the Bushberry mind of, or, mind of an angry, I don't know, it kind of makes me want to just wonder or ask the question of, what do you think of Warzone right now? Are you excited for Warzone 2? Do you feel like they've shifted too much focus to Warzone 2, that maybe this game is really lacking in content and structure and everything it needs? Because will that turn you off from Warzone 2? It might for me. I probably won't play Warzone 2, because if they're just going to abandon this game, God knows what they're going to do with Warzone 2. Could be worse for all I know. It seems like the same shit exists over and over and over again in this game, and it seems like nothing improves. I will say Vanguard, having gone back to it, because I didn't play it for a little bit, yeah, I made a couple videos here and there, but I didn't go deep dive into it. But like this weekend, some reason I took a deep dive into it and just played for hours and had a lot of fun, surprisingly. Couldn't believe it. But again, what do you think of Warzone? Do you think it's dead? Do you think it's a dead game? What things could they do to improve, to bring you back? Or what battle royales are you playing right now? That's where I'm curious as well. Let me know in the comments section. Thanks for enjoying my little rant, and sorry for saying the C word for those that get really offended by that. I don't care. Anyway, video coming out sometime this week. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of this video, and well, eat Arby's and bye.